Hello everybody, welcome to another Minetest Mod review. Today we are looking at the Nodebox Trees mod, which, as you may have guessed from the title, kind of switches up some things with trees. I conveniently found this spot on the map. Like, this is perfect. I did not, plant all these trees, obviously. There would have been a lot of trees, but we have pine trees. We've got the normal trees, and we've got are these aspens or birch or whatever? I can never remember. But whatever the case is, they're here. I got some snowy pines up over the hill there we can look at. There's some shrub on the ground. Pretty much everything we need to demo this mod, all in one place. And got this beautiful mountain in the background. A giant cave fallen and die over there, so I gotta watch my steps. But let's take a look at some of the more notable things. First off, the leaves are, they're different, I guess is what we'll go with. You still have the normal cube that the leaves have, but then you have this crisscrossing X running across on there with another texture, and it runs through the center as well, which is kind of hard to see, but it's there. As a single node, it kind of looks a little silly or whatever. But when you have a group of them together, it really does look very nice. Like up on the trees here. It kind of fleshes it out. It makes it look a little more believable. And then the actual schematic files for the trees themselves were changed. So, and you probably noticed that right off. The trees are much larger. You've got more trunks running up in them. Same thing with this guy over here. He's got some extra trunk pieces going through there. You can notice a little more on this, how the leaves stick out from the sides. They stick out on the bottom as well. And this one has a different trunk. So this one... Oh, I'm in creative mode. Perfect. So we have a Nodebox trunk here, which is smaller than a single node. And yes, that is okay. That one placed a little funny. When placed side by side along each other, they still go to full nodes, so you can still use them for building everything. But as a individual node for the tree, they show as the node boxes, which are a little narrower, which works out really well because we definitely still want to be able to build things with these. Default trees, I didn't notice any change in. They look... no, actually... They do get a little narrower. And it just looks like when there's leaves surrounding it, it maybe goes wide again. I'm guessing that's because of how it's checking neighboring nodes to know if it needs to be the Nodebox or the full version. Like, these are the full versions. But this one's slightly small. You can see a little easier when you look on the ground. It's got the corners indented in, or like here. It's a little bit narrower and has the corners indented. Let's go find those pine trees. They have much the same. They're all using the same model for that leaf. They're just using different textures on it. Let's get to the pine trees. Here we go. So the pine trees have the needles. The needles are just going on that. They're node boxes as well, and again, if you place them next to each other, they will change. Interestingly enough, you can build upwards with them. And then if we... Actually, I think what we have to do is place the dirt first, and then place these... No. Okay, so it looks like that's a... Upright pillars... don't work. Wonder if I had a different type of wood in there. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and throw these in. Okay, those connect. They only connect to themselves. So if you're using wooden planks, I think you are going to have a spacing showing between them. Let me just grab that back. So let's put one of those down. Put some planks in one of these. Yeah, so in corners you will get a space. So that is something you will have to workaround. You could make all of your corners too wide, and then that eliminates that. It's an option. Snowy leaves too. I actually did not take a very close look at those in my preparations. That's something we need to do right now. I thought there was something different with them, with not just having the block of snow on top, but that may have been reverted. I don't know. Take a look here. It does look like, yeah, it's just the normal pieces of snow sitting on top, which is fine and dandy. One thing I am noticing, which I'm sure you're all noticing too, is the inventory images for the trunks have the textures on them funny. I don't know exactly why that is. Like, they should have the side texture, not the top texture on the sides. It's probably an easy fix. I'll probably file a bug report for it, and it'll probably be fixed before this video goes public on my channel. The other thing that I would be doing a great disservice to everybody if I didn't mention is, for some odd reason, and I don't know why, this becomes kind of CPU intensive. I don't know. I do not know why. I'm assuming it's just because of the transparencies of all the nodes. But, I mean, normal trees have transparency. So there must just be something done differently between normal leaves and leaves that are turned into meshes. There's also a little bit of flickering that you may notice here and there. You can kind of see it as I slowly move the mouse here. Those are faces fighting each other because they exist in the exact same world space. Again, something we don't see with normal leaves. So there's something special going on with normal leaves for drawing, that you don't get these issues and you run fine. Like, I am running this on I've got an i7 and a GeForce 660, I believe. So not horrible hardware. And I'm averaging about 30 frames a second with these leaves. If I go someplace where I'm not looking at all those leaves, I go up to about 60 frames a second. So you definitely do take a hit in your performance. And here we're dropping back down to 30 frames a second. On my laptop, which admittedly is like 7 years old, I was doing like 12 or 13 frames a second. That has an i3, I believe. It's got a GeForce still 310M, I think. So it's not nearly as powerful, obviously, for the age. But yeah, it's kind of painful to use on my laptop. So just note, you're going to want a stronger computer if you want to use this mod. I mean, if you're cool with really slow frame rates, I guess go for it, you know. I'm definitely not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Just making you aware of things before you get super hyped, which I should have mentioned this probably at the beginning so you wouldn't get super hyped throughout the video and then find out, oh, my computer's not going to be able to run this. But yes, that is the Nodebox Trees mod. All of the pertinent infos will be on my website. The link to the page on my website will be in the video description. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, check out my website. Tons and tons and tons of great videos on my website. Tutorials, let's plays, mod reviews. You can request your own mod reviews using the form on the Minetest page. And yeah, that probably wraps up all the important stuff I'm supposed to say at the end of these videos that I never usually do, because I figure nobody's watching it at this point anyways, because they've clicked away because they already saw what they wanted to see. No point listening to me talk. But if you are still here, I will see you next time.